Morning everyone, Tuesday morning. We've got a big day of silage and maize drilling. So Will's heading off with the drill. Harry's going to be power harrowing in front of him, and we'll have Dad in the forager today, picking up between 50 and 60 acres of grass silage, which is heading to the AD plant. So we'll catch up with all of that later on. I've got quite a bit to be getting on with myself, but I'll probably get around this morning, show you what they're up to, come back in the office, and then head back out again towards the end of the day. Hopefully plenty to see. So I've got to head in the office first thing now, because after this block of maize we've got to put in a maize for one of our landowners, and I've got to jump onto operations centre and draw that maize, send it down to the tractor so that the tractor can drill it out properly and put the gaps where the paths are going to be. And Will's just told me that I've got to get that sorted before I drop in maize later on, because that's his next stop, and he needs to make sure that it's pulled through to the tractor properly. So I'm now on a deadline. I will still get a video done. You just won't see the start of anything, you'll see them midway through. Quick update on the sprayer. It's 11 AM. They're still working on it at the moment. They got the laptop plugged in at the back of the sprayer there on the stand. I've been told there are some positive signs, but they're still waiting on a few things, so we shall see how that goes. I've drawn out the maize and exported that file to Will, so I've now got to deliver him some seed and some fertilizer, and see whether it's come through to the tractor properly. Yeah, if it hasn't, I'll have to come back and work out what I've done wrong, but should all be fine. So that'll be his job after he's finished this last block of maize. Yeah, we've got the maize to put in, we've got some pumpkins to put in, so yeah, busy afternoon. So first stop of the day is to check in with Harry power harrowing. We'll just drop down over and have a look at this pretty spectacular view and see Harry on the bottom headland of that field with the power harrow. I'm currently recording this right next to the tractor, so I should be able to give you some tractor noises to go along with the drone footage. He's just seen me and he's stopped revving. So yeah, you see here he's just working his way up along the far headland, working the ground down to a finer seed bed so that Will can drill into it. And he came up this morning just to get himself a little bit in front of Will, so that it wasn't worked down too far in front, drying it out too much, leaving a bit of moisture there for the seed to go into. So Will is now on that last block of ground that I was talking about. We've just filled each hopper with enough seed for the final sort of 35-ish acres before we head to Braunton to dust off the season with a maize and some pumpkins. As you've just seen from the drone footage, Harry's just down over power harrowing. I will try and get next to him in a minute and record him from the ground. So you see here Will starting off on the short work of the field. He'll work down into that triangle that he's inside now, and then he'll come back to here where you can see his drill's been to, and work the long runs across the rest of the field. The field drops down into a bit of a bowl over to my left. So we'll sort out the short work first and finish on his long stuff. Again, you can see that same old story we've had the whole drilling season, where the top inch, maybe 2 inches, is really really dry, as you can see with the dust, and underneath there's still moisture for us down here in Devon, thankfully, so we're able to crack on. And we haven't been slowed down by the weather at all this maize drilling season. There's talk of possibly some rain coming tomorrow, which, as long as today goes okay, touch wood, would be welcomed, as we'd be in a position where everything is in the ground. I have got some fertilizer and some more maize seed on my trailer that I've got to head up to Braunton with 4-wheel in the drill, but I'm just going to drop that here at this farm for an hour or so, shoot off and watch them silaging, so that you've got that today, and I don't miss them, because I know that is the highlight of a lot of people's farming season, is watching some silaging. So I'll head off there now. I can watch what Dad and the gang are up to. So as promised, it's power harrowing. You can see it's a little bit faster than normal. The ground's worked down pretty fine already with the Tirano. So the power harrowing's much easier, if you can still see him in there. Got a bit of a whining going on. I will just stop him and ask the question about whether it's all running okay. There we are. From this direction, you can actually see the tractor, see the Union Jacks and the floodlights. And there in front of the machine, you can see the ground getting worked down to that fine seed bed. Harry has just told me that they've made that wine since we got the machine. And it has been pointed out to me in the YouTube comments once before, and we've done some exploring and found that there is nothing wrong with it, so nothing to worry about. So I just rocked up in the field for silaging. Ant's just trying to maneuver his rake back out the gateway. It's fairly tight in through there. So pan round here. So Steve is in the forager today, while Will drills the last of the maize. He's got Will Hammond next to him at the moment. Flynn funnels in straight away behind. I will get the drone up in the air in a minute, but I know that a lot of you like to listen to the machines. I just got a text through from Ant while I was recording then saying it's not bent, they're spring loaded, just in case anyone was concerned about the rake. So here we are in the drone. Allows me to follow a bit closer, allows me to be up to the same speed as the machines. This is Dad filling Flyn's trailer. The silage today is we're running 3 trailers. So Will Hammond and Flynn are in a couple of 250s, and Andrew's also on a trailer in his 370. If you were extra busy and needed to get this done very quickly, you'd want 4 trailers on the job really. There is a 5-minute gap once the trailers have all left the field. There is a 5-minute gap before the first one is back again, so ideally you'd want 4, but 3 will keep it cheaper for the customer, and also when there's nothing extra pressing to get on with afterwards, it's fine to have that little 5-minute gap, and keep pushing on with a 3. So I just try and get every angle of the machine working at the moment until Dad gets to the end of the run here, and then I'll follow him round and get in front of him. Here we are. Watch him coming directly towards us. So there we are. I was chatting to Dad about the difference between loading from the left and the right, because I know that some people in the comments are pretty hot on which side the spout's loading, and he just said that for the trailers they much prefer loading on the left as they are now. So yeah, that'll be why he does it. Makes it easier for them. He did say a lot of drivers would prefer on the right hand side. So this is now starting the second to last field of what we're doing today with the forager. Andrew in the 370 is next to us. Just got to pop into Mole Valley Farmers and pick Ant up some vacuum pump oil. Forgot to mention it yesterday, he said, and he was hoping that I would be passing somewhere to be able to pick some up. So the things you've got to do for Ant. But yeah, I was on my way out from South Molton to Braunton anyway, so just grabbed that quickly for him for tomorrow morning. Keep him moving. I've just got up to Barnstable. On my way to Braunton. Will's kind of half an hour to 45 minutes behind me, so thought I'd just pop back and see my little boy while he's still awake before I head over there. So what I'll do is I'll end today's video there, start tomorrow's video with what we're up to this evening, with the maize and some pumpkins. Yeah, so something to look forward to for the start of tomorrow's video instead. And leave you there. So thank you very much for watching. That's us very nearly done with maize drilling for the season and for YouTube for the time being. We'll move on to the next steps on the farming calendar. And yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for the support. See you in the morning.